The 17th century was a century in which Spain dominated the world, as it was the first power thanks to its enormous empire, the empire where the sun never set. Its kings dominated extensive territories spread across Europe, America and Asia. However, that empire had very serious problems. The constant wars and the ineffectiveness of its kings, together with the dependence of gold and silver from America, made Spain a giant with feet of clay, feared by its enemies, indebted despite its enormous wealth.
Despite this environment of political and economic crisis, in the 17th century, Spain a whole generation of artists will emerge who will constitute one of the summits of universal literature and painting.
In this world in crisis and at the same time in full artistic and cultural heyday, Seville was the door of America, the door to the New World, and it was precisely there that an exceptional painter was born, Diego Rodríguez da Silva y Velázquez. Taking the Renaissance influences of the master of the previous century, Velázquez will take the art of the 17th century, the Baroque, to its maximum levels. The everyday, the vulgar, the rhythm, the light, everything is valid if it achieves the purpose of the artist.
Surprise the viewer. And among all his work, his masterpiece,
Las Meninas. First title: The Family of Philip IV. Author: Diego Rodríguez da Silva Velázquez. Date: 1676. Oil on canvas technique. Dimensions: 3.18 per 2.76 meters layers format. Typology: collective and courtly portrait. Current location: Museo del Prado.
But why it's so important?
Apparently, it's nothing more than a painting. A series of characters are portrayed by a painter in a room. It doesn't seem to be so much, honestly.
And that's it. You have said it. Apparently, it's not that much, but only apparently.
Let's analyze the scene in a little detail.
A group of people are in a room.
As we can see, the room is no longer so normal.
Let's try to simply answer a question. Who is the protagonist of the painting?
The scene is probably located in a room in the Alcázar of Madrid, where the painter had his workshop.
In the center is the Infanta Margarita with two of her bridesmaids.
María Agustina de Sarmiento on her left.
Isabel de Velasco on her right.
On the right, the Dorbis Mari Barbola and Nicolasito Pertusato, who kicks the quiet mastiff that lies on the ground.
In the background, on the right, is Marcela de Ulloa, servant of the Queen's ladies.
And Diego Ruiz de Azcona, servant of the Queen's ladies. In the background, at the open door, José Nieto Velázquez, palace, room and possible relative of the painter.
Next to it, and almost in the center of the composition, but reflected in the mirror, appear the busts of the kings Philip IV and Maria of Asturias.
Farther to the left is the shelf portrait of the painter with the brush in his hand, wearing the cross of Santiago on his chest. That says the tradition that was painted by the king himself after the artist died.
Finally, hanging on the wall appear two mythological snakes.
That's it. We have a picture in which they are being painting in turn other paintings.
And also on different planes, thus composing a completed perspective.
And all this because of certain lines.
And light effect. And shadows.
But let's go back to the initial question. Who is the protagonist of the painting?
Who is the main character?
The Infanta Margarita is the main character.
Or maybe the dog. After all, it is the one that is closest to the viewer.
Will it be the painter himself who appears self-redoubled?
Or maybe the kings.
In fact, Velázquez is painting a huge picture that we see from behind.
And he is painting in that huge painting.
Will he be painting the kings themselves, thus turning them into protagonists even though they are apparently in the background?
But if the kings are in front of the painter,
Who will be with him?
however, it is next to the kings, completing this scene. Indeed, that person,
It's you!
you. What Velázquez is doing is
He is painting you! Stupefied spectator.